If Busta ever try to front me, hit you with no delay. So what you saying, yo? Silly with that 9 milli, what the devil, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show.
I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
he did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now.
These sensitive ass that just came out of this little, I don't know where they come from, but niggas be getting wild emotional. Niggas be turning into big super beasts. Just be trying to have fun.
I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta.
Currently, Busta Rhymes is extremely upset and reportedly is threatening 50 Cent concerning some damaging footage set to be released in 50's upcoming Diddy documentary. It's been known for some time that 50 has been gathering evidence related to Diddy and his FO parties over the years. However, what has Busta riled up is the suggestion that there actually exists footage of him mingling closely with Diddy. That's just the beginning, though. A few months back, Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, alleged that Busta has had a preference for young men for a long time. According to him, the club scene was fully aware of this. Big Homie claimed that club promoters often arranged for young males to keep Busta entertained in the VIP room whenever he was around. Now, it seems 50 Cent may have footage to substantiate these claims. Sources provide insight that there's a video from a party displaying Busta and Diddy engaged in a wild encounter with several individuals who are thought to be former employees of Diddy. But there's even more. Several men have recently come forward, asserting that Busta made unwanted advances toward them. They report that whenever they interacted with Busta, he consistently tried to coax them into partying with him, Diddy style. At this stage, it's starting to emerge that Busta could be the next one facing serious exposure. With 50 producing this Netflix documentary, Busta's outbursts may not hold much weight. If anything, he may have inadvertently guaranteed himself a larger presence in 50's project. So, what's really going on? Why has Busta become suddenly anxious? What dirt does 50 Cent have on him that's causing such a stir? Let's delve into this.
Busta, I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth.
With all the accusations swirling around Busta Rhymes, you can bet 50 Cent wasn't going to remain silent. Before taking the stage with Busta at the Humor and Harmony Comedy Fest, 50 expressed concern that Busta might show up wearing something reminiscent of that notorious yellow outfit from the 1999 MTV VMAs. He even shared a picture of Busta in that outrageous yellow attire and stated, "Busta cannot wear this to Humor Harmony. Busta, I don't care who made the outfit. You gotta come with some fly-ish to Shreveport. LOL." But then Busta fired back by posting this AI-generated image of 50, along with the caption, "I keep telling y'all the blessings don't stop, so we ain't never gonna stop. I thought it was Father's Day, 50 Cent, and you out here looking like this. Don't let me find out this. How you be in the mirror preparing your look for Shreveport. Back in the day, it looked like 50 and Busta were just messing with each other." However, sources are now claiming that 50 was actually serious and might even possess some shocking footage of Busta with Diddy. But before diving into that, we need to address the allegations about questionable activities. If you're unaware, Busta's former bodyguard Big Homie CC recently spoke with The Art of Dialogue and openly labeled Busta as a super zest monster, alleging that Busta has behaved suspiciously around young men for years. Big Homie insists that this has been a widely known secret in the industry, especially among club promoters. Reportedly, whenever Busta was scheduled for an event, promoters were well aware of the expected atmosphere. They had to ensure his VIP section was filled with some attractive entertainment.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh yeah.
In some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface before. You feel me? And being around him, you hear things. You feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan. You feel me? Like every cookout she playing it. All his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing that.
Big Homie also recounted a crazy night at a club involving actor-model Don Benjamin and one of his male friends. He said that as soon as Busta laid eyes on this man, it was game on. Busta wasted no time pulling the guy into his VIP area and apparently wasn't about to let him leave. Big Homie claimed that Busta was all over the man throughout the night, insisting he stayed close. This, he said, was not a rare occurrence. Club promoters knew the routine. Whenever Busta arrived, they had to gather the best-looking men for his section, because once Busta fixed his attention on someone, it was game over.
Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in.
Big Homie noted that Busta was continually complimenting the man, telling him he was cute, and ensuring that once he was in the VIP, he wasn't going anywhere.
So, I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? You got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough,
now, it gets even more surprising. Big Homie claims that the industry has been aware of Busta's true preferences for more than 10 years. When he was asked why no one has ever called him out, Big Homie explained that it's quite straightforward. Everyone wants to be in that VIP area with Busta. Yet, he also revealed another troubling detail that often goes unnoticed. Busta's alleged history of being aggressive with women, hinting there might be a deeper issue at hand. Big Homie suggested that, like many men who are discreet, Busta may be harboring some bitterness towards women.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section. They at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them.
However, if you think this is merely one bodyguard looking for attention, reconsider. A series of men have stepped forward with their own astonishing stories involving Busta. In 2020, social media figure Trip Ali shared a tale on YouTube, asserting that Busta attempted to pick him up in New York City while he was en route to a Halloween party.
I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit.
Trip recounted that Busta personally invited him to the VIP section, and at first, he assumed it was just another typical night at the club. Yet, the evening was about to take a much more unexpected turn.
He says, I'm about to go in this club. We got a section. You can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta, tell my people. I was like, I come in, you know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up.
Things escalated dramatically when Trip found himself in a heated dispute with a friend who disapproved of going to Busta's party. The disagreement intensified to the point of becoming a fight, leaving Trip so rattled that he abandoned the club plan entirely. To make matters worse, his friend in a fit left him alone in the middle of NYC. However, this unexpected turn of events may have actually been fortunate. After all, who knows what could have happened had he made it to Busta VIP section. Fast forward to 2021, and whispers began circulating that Busta was back in the public eye, allegedly pursuing men once again. To complicate things, paparazzi reportedly spotted him leaving a Pride event with a transgender woman, and the drama doesn't end there. Recently, Orlando Brown sent the internet into a frenzy by claiming he had intimate relations with several industry men, not only Diddy, but also Busta and a range of others.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Eve, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just saw me see Busta in the airport too. Them from China, he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
What's that nigga name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Oh, Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's the Gusher. And what the? Why you not having all glitters? I'm telling you, girl, my dad's friends. My dad took his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
Now, while many might not take Orlando seriously when he goes off on these rants, if you listen closely to some of his recent interviews, where he appears much more coherent, you might start to realize that he is actually making a considerable amount of sense.
A documentary comes out called Quiet on Set.
I never had to work for Nickelodeon. I work for Disney. We don't do those things.
Oh man, not the exhale.
Well, shout out to Nick Cannon. I won't do his money like that. What I will do is I'll say that the owner of Nickelodeon is Jeffrey Epstein.
Possibility of Busta being on the down low is one aspect, but what truly merits discussion is his troubling history, similar to Diddy's, of resorting to violence over trivial matters. His legal issues date back to 2006, when prosecutors attempted to charge him with possession of a weapon after an incident involving a random passerby. According to Billboard, they even claimed Busta had a machete hidden in his vehicle. Fast forward to 2007, and Busta found himself in more trouble. He was arrested on a misdemeanor charge for allegedly assaulting his former driver over a payment dispute. Ultimately, he pleaded guilty to both counts and received 3 years of probation. But that was not the end of his troubles. In 2009, the New York Post revealed that Busta had to pay $75,000 to a fan who claimed he was hit with water bottles and assaulted by a bodyguard. This fan stated he simply tried to leave Busta's performance early. He had arrived hoping to see Fabulous, but when Fab failed to appear, the fan attempted to exit while Busta wrapped up his set. It was then that Busta reportedly lost his cool, allegedly shouting, "Get down! I'm not good enough for you," before launching 2 more water bottles and directing his bodyguard to punch the man. Given Busta's intense temperament, it's not surprising he has maintained a long friendship with Diddy since the 90s. Beyond their mutual anger issues, rumors suggest they might share something else, an attraction to much younger men. Furthermore, Busta's reaction to the allegations against Diddy raises eyebrows. Right when the claims started to emerge, Busta urged fans to hold off on forming opinions.
Busta, I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. I don't really like to speak on the situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, you know, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this.
Why would you even bring that up unless you're subtly supporting someone? When we discuss the DVSA and the numerous alleged victims, including minors, telling people to stay out of it makes you look suspicious. Fast forward to the present, and the Diddy scandal has completely blown up with federal investigations, various lawsuits, and now an official indictment. Suddenly, Busta is acting like he doesn't know Diddy at all. While Busta may currently be dodging questions and feigning innocence, let's be honest, he can't keep this up forever because the word on the street is that 50 Cent's upcoming documentary about Diddy will call out names, including Busta Rhymes. And if there's one thing we know about 50, it's that he has a long memory. He's among the few rappers who refuse to hang out with Diddy, picking up on the shady dealings happening behind the scenes early on.
Did he do it, right? Yes, I know.
He did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't understand anything is because they participated. So
was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Keefy D said he paid him to come shoot pot.
Yeah.
So look, like you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
50 has always acted with intention. And just because he stayed out of the limelight doesn't mean he wasn't paying attention. He undoubtedly watched closely from the sidelines, taking notes on every rapper who accepted Diddy's invites. Now, 50's moment to expose everything is finally here. Reports suggest that this upcoming Diddy documentary will be a waking nightmare for the industry, and no one is safe. Rumors have circulated for years about certain rappers who allegedly hooked up with Diddy, and insiders confirm that Busta Rhymes is certainly on that list. While we don't have a set release date for 50's documentary, we know it's being produced by G-Unit Films and Television Inc. and will debut on Netflix. Directed by Alex Stapleton, an Emmy-winning filmmaker and executive producer, we can expect top-notch, straightforward storytelling. Things are getting messier. Apparently, Busta is aware of what's coming. Sources say he's been trying to maneuver things behind the scenes, even cautioning 50 to exclude him from the documentary. But let's face it, Busta's attempts at warning probably just made 50 more determined. If you know anything about 50, you know that he thrives on making a statement. The more you try to silence him, the more relentless he becomes. So if Busta is indeed on that list, there's no way 50 will leave him out now. The real question is, what is Busta so anxious about? If he has nothing to conceal, why not just brush it off and move on? Share your thoughts on this. Is Busta really mixed up in Diddy's drama, or is his name just being tossed around? And more importantly, do you believe 50 Cent's documentary is set to rock the industry? Let me know in the comments below, and don't miss the next video.